Hello everyone. So I have these keys that I made out of paper that I did not really care for, scrapbooking paper. And instead of me going off and keeping the scrapbooking paper and making like a master board like everybody else, I decided, okay, I'm just going to make a bunch of keys. Now I did destash a few of the keys to my daughter because she wanted some. But then I decided to start embossing and see how the keys would turn out after embossing them. I think, they turned out rather different than what they were originally. I mean, very different. So I figured maybe bring you guys along to emboss with me different keys. Now, I tried to keep it as open as possible so you can see what I'm doing because I have to take stuff over here and I have it set up a certain way. But other than that, I thought, yeah, I think you guys would enjoy seeing this. Now, this is a black one, so I have no clue really how this is going to turn out. It says a black emboss it pen. I'm not trying to get the whole thing. I'm trying to be very sloppy with it. So it will turn out to be very different, hopefully. So there we go. We got this one, which is black. Now I'm going to use my silver embossing powder with this one. I'm just experimenting with this. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I did find, because I can't afford the Stampin' Up, brand new pieces and stuff like that. Instead of using paper, I have found that using a little Tupperware, plastic Tupperware thing does work rather well. You can still brush it like that. Yeah, you don't have the tiny little thing that's Stampin' Up and the other places do, but I figure, you know what, this would probably be a better cleanup than a piece of paper. So this is where I picked up on that, and I know you probably can't see very well how I'm doing this, but I'm just sweeping it across with my lovely little brush here. But if you're like me who can't afford every little tiny luxury, this is a great way if you're just getting started with embossing to use it. Or to have that same effect just at a lower price. So there we go. We got that cleaned up. I have this hooked to the thing already. And all I'm going to do is emboss. So this is going to be loud. And I keep my thing on a silicone mat. I know that's strange, but you know what? It does the job that I need it to do. All right, now that it's all embossed and everything, I am going to take my handy dandy distress ink and I'm just going to distress around it. So any white spots on it will no longer be there. I think this is a great way of, again, just using what you have. And it looks grungy. I mean, which is my point of doing this, was to make it look grungy and different than what it did. Because honestly, before that, I felt like it was, I don't know if this is actually, oh, I guess I'm getting some off it, so. We'll see how the pad picks things up. Set that in there instead of using the pen. And this time I'm using my peeled paint distress embossing, which I'm okay with using because I don't use it very often. I don't use any of my embossings very often, so. And again, this is to make that distressed look, so I'm good. It's supposed to look different and not the exact same all the time. I'm like, it's flying away on me, so I'm guessing using this part. Oops. Just gotta emboss that area that I here. So this one looks particularly grungy, I think. It doesn't look as pretty-ish. Alright, so I'm going to take this because this part's starting to get really dirty. And I just take a little bit of my Distress Ink Walnut Stain and I'm going to slide this across here. And this just cleans it up if there's any white and that type of thing. It just distresses it a little bit more. So this one looks interesting. Now, I don't know. I don't think I like it still. So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some more in spaces here, and we're going to add, I think, some other colors. After I clean up quick. So hopefully it doesn't dry by the time I'm done doing this. Gotta get a little quicker at this. Oops. Yes, I think having one of them things would be amazing, but again, I have to be logical here. I don't necessarily have that ability right now, price range wise. Oops. Now this is a Stampendous distress ink, and it's called Aged Marine Embossing Enamel, and I think this is so pretty. Just a really pretty one. Now I'm taking my finger and I'm wiping it. You don't have to. I'm just doing this because I want to be able to do just a quick emboss. Good job. You can go on to the next one. Okay? I believe you. I don't know, for some reason I feel like this isn't done. That's what's going on. That little clump there. Alright. Okay. So now it looks even more grungier and different than what it did. Now I'm going to quickly, again, take this and just swipe it across here. And voila, I think that looks grungy and yet, again, very different than what was expected out of it just by adding that marine to it. I decided to get this marine. Honestly, it was just I wanted something new and different with my embossing collection, but I didn't want it too different and all that jazz, so I ended up getting this, and I'm like, you know, this has a mix of different colors, which I was excited about, so I'm like, well, maybe with it being already mixed instead of having it the way I normally have it, it might help. All right. So again, I have a bunch more to do and all that jazz, but like this one, for example, if you want it just detailed, because this is all stripes and not really anything else, I can get it detailed pieces with this. I think this time I'm going to use silver to do it rather than my gold because I already have a gold one. But I'm using the lines that are already a part of this to create the texture. So we got that. Do I want to use the gold or do I want to use something else? You know what? We're going to use this one. This one's weathered wood. And this is the Distress Embossing Glaze. So this is going to give it, again, a whole new look. Almost a gray right now is what it looks like, but we'll see in a minute. All right, so now I got that cleaned up here. All right, so now we're gonna do this one. And again, I'm just been experimenting. It ain't necessarily it ain't perfect, but I never tried to make it perfect either. I'm just, again, having fun with it, experimenting with it, trying to figure this out. Now, if I wanted to, I could add some more like distress to this, but I kind of like it the way it is. Again, it just gives it a different texture, different look. It ain't completely pink anymore. Honestly, I'm just going to distress this whole thing because this key is just awkward trying to distress. So, but it still has that pink color. So, I mean, yeah, it just makes it look older and more vintagey. So, now that we're done experimenting and stuff, I just wanted to go through and quickly look at these different ones. This one was done with the gold. And this one was done with the Distress Glaze, weathered wood, which makes it look kind of lighter, more opaque, which was the point. This one I used several instead of just one. I used different kinds, which created a weathered look. This one was just that aged marine embossing enamel. That's it. This one was just with silver, but I used the black embossing pin. This one, I used the clear embossing pin, but I used my Kitsch Flamingo, which made it a little bit of a brighter pink, actually. I expected it to dull it out, and it brightened it. So there we go. We got quite a few different ones, and again, it gives them different looks instead of the same looks. Which, again, that was my point of doing this, was to make them look different, not the same, because I didn't really care for the papers. So I hope you can do the same and enjoy the rest of your day or night. Bye.